Yo, it's your boy Elusive. We're back, baby. IllusiveTV on the mix-up. Man, it's been a minute. I know it's been a minute. I missed you guys. Fuck, Sam missed you guys. I guess I missed Sam a little bit. I see him every day anyways. You know, we just been dealing with some real life shit. Working and shit like that. But I'm glad to be back on the mic, yo. I'm really glad that we're gonna be starting up season 2, providing some episodes. We got 2 episodes coming on the same day. Today we got GiGi Ramirez. That's low key GiGi. You can find him on Facebook, find him on SoundCloud. And this interview right here was all the way back in January. We wanted to get at least 2 episodes recorded, and then from that day when we recorded with him, we've just been trying to get another guest in. But we're gonna keep pushing these. We got some guests lined up. But yeah, stay tuned, yo. I'm glad to be back. Season 2, baby. Let's go. Alright, we're live. Cool. It's good to have you in, GiGi.
Hey, what's up, guys?
We're starting again, man.
Thanks for having me.
It's gonna be season 2 of the mix-up, dude. It's
season
beautiful.
2.
Yeah, season
Damn,
2.
Son.
Yeah, but just because it's a new year, always got to start a new season with the new year. Season 1 was only like 6 episodes, but things happen. We were busy, but yeah. Hey guys, we're fucking back. We're back.
Yeah,
and we got GiGi in the building. GiGi's ready to tell us all about his childhood.
Wait,
no,
what?
I'm just kidding.
Look, man, I'm not.
No, but what we were just talking about is the studio, dude, and our first times in there. I remember my first time recording, like, the only thing I was focused on was my fucking super incredible bars. I wasn't focused on tone, like, whatsoever. Yeah. I remember jumping on the fucking mic, and it was back when I was recording with, like, Prodigy and Jose Luis Jr. Garcia. And fucking King J, a.k.a. Anyway, and we had the mic attached to his computer desk. And when we were rapping, we had to, like, look down. And, like, we had to be sitting, right? And I remember just being like... I remember just being like, lit up, and then monotone. And then me thinking like, nah, it's time to switch this shit up. So I was like, hey, let's put this fucking mic on the top of your desk so I can stand up. And I start jumping around, and I'm like jumping up and down, and I'm like pushing Jose around, and kind of getting myself hyped up. And I start sweating, and that was when I made Lit Up. And you can tell that I'm like fucking yelling into that mic, bro. And I'm the illest alive, and that's apparent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went massive on the mic. I remember when you recorded Something Different.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't there, of course.
Tape.
But I remember when you recorded it. I had asked you, and I even asked AC later on. How that session went. And didn't you say that you practically recorded the whole mixtape in like a day?
Kind of.
Or was that low key?
What? Yeah, that was low key. No, I mean, I didn't have a lot of sessions because I was always like kind of prepared. Yeah. The only songs that I wasn't really prepared for was the ones that my brothers were on. Yeah. And I was just like, "Fuck it, man, you guys are here. Let's make like 2-3 songs. Fuck it, Yeah. And yeah, we got that shit done. But yeah, no, I remember my first time. It was nervous as fuck, man. I was just like, oh shit. I gotta go in there, I gotta give it all my got, Fuck. I was like, I don't want to let AC down.
Yeah, definitely. And that's how it was when I went to AC studio too, that one time.
Oh yeah.
It was when we did an interview with him.
Oh yeah.
And these guys were just like, yo, Elias, or no, Sam pulled up the beat. You've heard Supreme, of course. The first song, 100.
Yeah.
That was a freestyle. That was just a freestyle hook. I was like, oh, I can fucking spit some. But then I was like, low key, like, damn, I don't even
on the spot.
Like this is on the spot. I don't even freestyle like that, But I just started freestyling on the hook, and he was like, yo, that shit's heat. He's like, can I use that? And I'm like, yeah, bro, use it. And then later on, he ended up hitting me up, talking about. Let's turn this into a fucking EP. So I came back, dude, and then one day we recorded all those songs.
Sheesh.
Like, he's just like that, bro. He's down to fucking work.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Compared to people who start off, like... Because, dude, I get rookies all the time. You know what I mean? Right. Coming into the studio. Like this guy named GiGi. And, like, wow, I play it.
Well, he sounds like a fucking piece of shit. Fuck him.
No, I get rookies in all the time, dude. Like, and oftentimes they'll just be like... Yeah, I don't really have anything written down yet, but I have an idea, and I'm like,
I have an idea.
I'm like, all right.
Come prepared. Lesson number 1.
Yeah, come prepared.
Always have your fucking shit ready.
Yeah, have that shit
for
ready,
sure.
man. All the bars, the beat.
Recording's like the last step. I mean, besides like if you're gonna make a music video, but you know what I mean. Recording's like the last step, bro.
Yeah, you know,
Most
you want to think about
definitely.
your tone
Yeah.
and fucking flow, everything, bro.
Yeah, but when I recorded my first song, I just did it. Boom. Like I tried to do it on one take, and that was like one of my major problems.
Yeah, bro.
You know, I was just trying to do it in one take because I was like, no, I can fucking do it in one take, you know?
Yeah.
And then, like, I heard that take, and I was like, no, maybe we should cut me off here and punch in, you know?
Yeah, I remember when we were recording in the closet and shit, we were recording Bastard Thoughts, and I was just like, fuck, I was trying to do everything in one take the whole time, and it's just like...
Well, that's how we did it, just because we were using Audacity, and we didn't even... Dude, I didn't think punch-ins were even a thing. Like, here I am, just... I got a laptop and then an interface, and then Sam pulled up with the mic. Like, that's all I knew.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, Sam, we're going to record no matter fucking what. You know, like, we're going to fucking do this. And we may not know how to make it sound like fucking
professional
industry music and shit, but we're going to do this. And, dude, that was all recorded in one night, too.
Yeah.
Like, one night, Sam just came through the crib, and we just locked ourselves into the fucking studio, bro, and, like, it was in a closet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then one thing I remember, too, like, vividly was... the first time being on headphones, hearing your own voice.
Yeah.
And then, like, you got to get through that during the recording. But then, like, the difference between hearing it off of, like, speakers and, like, a cell phone writing it, and then, like, actually flowing on the beat over the mic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I had to get used to the timing because my timing was off when I was spitting it. And so I had to go in earlier than I thought I had to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So the whole time I felt like my timing was off. Oh, I mean, it was, but then, like, when I fixed it, when I was like, okay, I need to come in earlier, the whole time I was spitting those bars, it felt like I was off, but then when we played it back, it was on point. So I had to, like, readjust my ear.
Right.
And so, you know what I mean? It's just those, like, breaking those bad habits that you don't realize until you actually get in there.
Yeah, that shit's real.
Yeah, it's
that
just
is
crazy.
Real as fuck, dude.
That is,
I hated hearing my own voice.
Yeah.
I still hate hearing my own voice, bro. I fucking...
Fuck, I hate hearing your voice.
I remember, bro, like, my brother Sergio, like, when I first started rapping, and I dropped a couple songs, he was like, your voice gives me a fucking headache. And I was like, what? Wow. But, I mean, it's because I'm his brother, you know what I mean? I was his little brother, so he probably hated my fucking... voice already. And I was like, damn. So I started really focusing on, like, how my voice sounded. Yeah. And I actually was depressed, and I sat in my room for a couple of days with the lights off, and I didn't eat. So I'm like, no, I'm just kidding.
I was like, hold on.
Like, damn, wow.
I just know he's going to hear this shit. I know he's going to hear it, and he's going to feel like shit hearing that part. I'm just kidding, though. But
no, you're not.
No, I really am. I'm playing. But
that's funny.
I remember fucking... When I first heard my own voice, I was like... I was at King Jay's house, and I was like, wait a minute, whoa. It's like, that's how I'm going to sound, because how Sam mentions, like, okay, so versus when you're spitting on top of the beat off of your phone, you know what I mean? Like, to you, it sounds like...
Like you're on.
Like you're fucking on that shit, and then the fact that it's just louder, and it's... I don't know, it's weird, dude. It sounds harder and everything, you know, and then once you jump on the mic, it's, like, more clear.
Yeah.
You know, it's more clear, and it's, like, up front, and then you're like, fuck. So, like, it hears every fucking breath, everything, you know? So that was one thing I had to work on personally, was my breath. So, like, if you listen back to my music, like, Lit Up and Roll Deep and shit like that, dude, you hear me take the biggest breaths in the fucking world, bro. Like, I'm like... You know, like, or I was like...
And then you got to take an account, and then you got to learn that you have to take account for, like, your breath, you know what I mean? Because your breath takes space, bro. So, like, in order, you have to, like, breathe. And then, so, like, it changes the way you write, too, you know what I mean? Because you're like, okay, on the mic, I can't just... If I run out of breath and try to take a breath here, my timing's going to be off, and the flow's going to be off. So then when you start writing, you start piecing it like, okay, here's when I can take a breath. Or you're like, okay, here's when I can punch in, when you learn that you can punch in. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
It's all fucking crazy. It's just crazy as fuck, dude.
Yeah, it's... It's tough at first, dude. I had complications, but the deal with me was I was fucking like, my head was humongous when I first started rapping, so I didn't give a fuck. Like I would remember I'd hear it back like 2 times, and then I'd be like, all right, let's release that shit. I'd be like,
sounds good.
They'd be like, well, it's kind of quiet. I'd be like, throw a fucking compressor on that shit. Yeah. What does a compressor do? I don't know. It just makes it a little louder. And we wouldn't even move it. Like, we would just put the compressor and just fucking drop that shit.
And then another thing you have to learn too is, like, when you're inside recording, you always want to be more quiet, like, naturally. You know what I mean? Because you're inside. But then you have to be able to, like, bring that outside energy in, you know what I mean, into the studio. And that's one thing, like, you got to learn too, bro. And it's just like all the little nuances of recording versus spitting outside to like your homies or just like freestyling in the car.
Yeah. I learned that on my second mixtape because we were doing a song. I can't remember what song it was, but he was like, he pauses. He's like, "Hey man, bring that shit out, man." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Bring that shit out, dude. Come on now." I was like, let's go. I was like, let's go.
AC Ultimate.
AC's real as fuck for that, bro.
He is.
There was plenty of times he did that on 8 Days, dude.
Yeah.
Where he would fucking, he'd be like, "Yo, like, feel that shit, bro."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he'd be like, "Come on, man. Let's go. Let's do it."
Yeah, another thing I do. Oh man, AC, like, dude, AC. If you're fucking hearing this, bro, shouts out to you because every time you go to the studio, bro, he's just giving you great feedback. I know I've definitely there's been a couple songs where I've came in with material that's been really good, but then he's just like, "Hey, do this," you know?
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Try this," and you're like, "Oh, okay."
That guy's got one of the best ears around, bro.
Yeah.
And then
he's got the best ear.
Yeah,
for sure. I remember when I went over and I recorded, because like I had never really made a song that took like where I was singing, you know, and that took like structure,
right?
And it was On My Way. That one right there. What is it called? On My Way.
On My Way.
It's no, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. But anyway, I recorded it on this mic right here, this exact mic, and I remember jumping on there and I was like, I just have the verse written and the hook, you know, and I was like, but I kind of have an idea on how to sing it. And he was like, just start singing it right now. And so I started singing it, you know what I mean? But he's recording me the whole time. Mm-hmm. And that was how he constructed it, was like making me practice in front of the mic. And I didn't even know he was recording me. Yeah, right. You know what I mean?
Because, dude, it's like a whole vibe when you're like, when you know that record button's on, and you're like, okay, like, you know what I mean? But then if you think it's off, you're just more loose, you know? And I think he understands that and understood that, like, perfectly, you know? So he's able to just tell you, hey, just try it right now. And the whole time he's recording, and then you're making magic. I remember off of October, the intro to it, where I'm like, yo, turn me up some. You know what I mean? Yeah. That whole thing. Well, I didn't think he was recording. I was just talking to him because he's like, all right, let's pause real quick. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I just remembered Dave Chappelle, Back to the Chappelle Show. Where, you remember that episode where he's in the studio? He's like, turn my headphones up. Yeah. I can't hear him. And then that's when I started doing that too, because I was just bullshitting. I was like, yo, turn me up, nigga. I can't hear myself. Turn me up some. Yeah. And then he just, like, he got that in there, and it was just beautiful. Magic, bro.
That was the thing about 8 Days, too. Like, there was, because, you know, there was a couple of times where I was engineering, or, like, not even just engineering, but, like, I was actually recording the people, you know, because AC would take a break, and I was the one hitting record and actually, like, doing quick edits and shit like that.
Right.
And there was this time where I started deleting stuff, you know, like, someone would take a take, and then I would delete it. And he's like, hey, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, keep everything. Literally every take. Keep it all. And I was like, okay. I was like, I can do that. So that's how we did it. And, dude, that's how I record now. You know, and a lot of people, like, the fact is like, my fucking computer's right there, right?
Right.
And my mic's right next to it. So when people record, they watch me and they can see their sound waves, and they're like, hey, don't record that. I'm like, dude, it's all good. Just let me keep it. Let me keep it. It'll make greatness. Trust me.
Yeah, for sure.
Just shut up and let me do my thing.
Yeah.
Dope. Hell yeah, bro.
But on 8 Days, man, hey, thanks for the invite, guys.
Come on, bro.
Come on, dude. Nah, just kidding. Nah.
Come on, bro.
You're not playing, bro, and that's cool.
I'm not. It's all right, though. It's all right. I wasn't in a good place.
We would have invited you, man. You know we would have. At least we got a piece of you, you know? Neff's a piece of you.
Shit, Neff has a piece of me. There's a difference, right? Like when I did my first mixtape, right? I went over to my brother's house, Neff, and he's like, oh yeah, so you're a spitter now. I was like, well, bro, I've been spitting since, you know.
Yeah.
Since you wear diapers.
He pulled up like that for real.
Yeah, but we kind of have this fucking kind of like battle thing going on every now and then. Like people are like, "Right, man, what do you have?" And then we'll just freestyle battle and shit.
Attaboy.
Damn, that's what's up.
Me, him, and Manny. That's just how we always were and shit.
That shit keeps you sharp, dude.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I always whoop their asses if they're hearing this.
Because we were really sharp, me and Sam, back in the day when we were freestyling all the time. Mm-hmm. Because niggas would call us out all the time at at parties and shit, bro.
Yeah,
bro.
Every time they say it, they'd be like, "Spit something then." And so we had like. Because sometimes you'd be too faded to actually freestyle, but you didn't want to like fuck up. So we had verses that we would keep in the log, just in case that ever happened. But we still had something to
keep
spit.
that in the fucking chamber.
You know what I mean? But then there was also times where we would actually freestyle. And dude, I remember being on top, bro. Like at some point, like I remember being on top of my freestyling, like heavily, bro.
Yeah,
like spitting songs, hooks, and verses and everything, bro. And and they're gone forever. And I wonder if I would have recorded those, and what would have happened, but like,
I mean, you can't live like that. But I mean,
I think it's dope, bro, because I think in those moments we created memories for those people, you know?
Right.
And they're just like, damn, these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Because when you do shit like that and it just sounds like a song off the top, you know? It's just like, damn, this is what level they're on.
Yeah, I should have had like a voice recorder running my whole life.
Yeah, keep it in your back pocket.
Yeah, bro. Fucking Fade used to do that, dude. He used to have a little tape recorder in his backpack all the time.
Dude, Fade can freestyle like a motherfucker.
Dude, that guy can fucking freestyle no matter what, dude. And I remember back in the day when, we first got him on Team 208, we talked about it one time, and he was like, yeah, bro, I remember you were... Because I had told him, I was like, dude, you're a fucking god at freestyling, And then a couple weeks later, we talk again, and he's like, dude, I was thinking about when you were telling me, like, I'm really good at freestyling and shit, and you asked me, like, how do I do it? And he's like, bro, honestly... Like, all my life, bro, I've just, like, whenever I'm alone or whatever I'm doing, I'm just fucking spitting. Like, I'm just constantly spitting. And that's fucking crazy, bro. That's wild as fuck. I mean, like, I do that, too.
Yeah.
But I do that on my way home from work. You know what I mean? Or on my way to work, or, like, if I'm chilling by myself. But I don't, dude, like, I still don't amount to that type of fucking bars
I can't
freestyling, bro. Like, he fucking spits, bro.
The most I can do is, like, fucking, I don't know, I'll just be in my car, and then I'll come up with, like, a hook or something. And then, like, I'll try to play that beat, and then just try to remember the hook. You know what I mean? But I don't think I'll be able to make the whole song like that. That shit's crazy. It's like, that's on another level.
That's some gifted shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's fucking...
So how did you come up with all your songs, G? Like, were there just times where you would just sit down and, all right, I'm going to make this song, and then you just write it like that? Or did you ever have random moments where you're like, damn, I just made a badass hook. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, well, my thing was, like, that was my major thing, was that I'm terrible with, like, hooks and choruses, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I would just write.
Yeah, I feel you, bro.
You know what I mean? And it would just pour out. And then I'd be like, oh shit, I should probably put a hook in there in the middle of this verse and this verse, instead of just taking a pause or singing the last word of the fucking verse, Yeah. But AC was like, fucking man, J. Cole does it, so you're good. I'm just like, all right, cool.
Dude, nah, hooks are something you gotta fucking learn, bro. Like, I remember, like, when we first started and shit, too, we'd be like, nah, fuck hooks, dude. Because I was about bars, too, and then Elias was about bars, too. Mm-hmm. And then once we started getting deeper into it, bro, like, the more we studied and shit, everybody was like, yeah, you gotta have a fire-ass hook. And I was like, fuck that, dude, I don't want to. But then you're like, nah, like, you need to learn. I didn't learn how to write a hook till I was probably 18.
Yeah, bro.
I still don't know how to write a hook.
Fuck.
I'm like, fuck it, hey, this sounds good, right? Yeah, man, all right, fucking throw that in there.
Dude, hooks pour out of me like...
Yeah. I know, now they come out crazy, huh?
Yeah, they just pour out better than the bars sometimes.
I think what got to me, bro, was when I was listening to I was watching an interview with Schoolboy Q, and he said that Top would make him write 3 hooks and like 3 versions of the song, just to for practice,
Right.
And so then when I was learning, like, okay, I need to learn how to write hooks, I would do that. I would pick a beat, and then at first I would write my verse first, and then I would pick the topics of the verse, and then I would try to write 3 different hooks based off the topics of the verse, and then that's how I got better at hooks. You know,
you motherfucker! Why didn't you ever teach me that?
I swear I did.
That's why you got so good at hooks, dude. Because when he wrote that Trapped, I was like, "Yo, dude, bro, check this fucking out, bro."
So good.
Yeah.
So when he made Trapped, and then I think I don't know what song I dropped. I think it was when I dropped
Roll Deep.
No, it wasn't when I dropped Roll Deep. It was back when I dropped Please Save Me, God, because I need some help.
Oh my god, dude, that one's classic. I have that in my car right now.
Oh, was that on Resentment?
Yeah.
It was on Resentment. Okay, so it was in the making of Resentment. So it was in this fucking, literally, it was just a shed. Like, it was like a tin shed in my mom's backyard, bro. And, like, I was about to go to juvie and shit. And, like, before I recorded that, I asked my homie Joseph, because he experimented with, like, sage and a lot of spiritual shit, you know?
Okay.
And I was like, can you come cleanse this shed? And he's like, yeah. Dude, so he came, and he lit his incense and shit, and then he put sage in there and burnt it, and then went around the whole outside, and then he did, like, in each corner, he did this weird thing, bro, where he was, like, going like this, and, like, he was saying something about a star or some shit.
Yeah, he was blessing it.
Dude, he was doing... No, he wasn't blessing it. He was doing some weird shit.
Yeah,
like, he was,
I know, he was doing something else, but...
Like witchcraft or something, bro. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
It was weird, bro. Like, it was kind
You
of
still let
scary
him
in a
do
way.
it?
Yeah.
No, I haven't had to do it. Not here. But
Not here.
but he did it there, bro. And then after that, I recorded that song. And then Sam came and he recorded Trapped. And dude, and I still didn't know how to edit. Like, I didn't know how to mix whatsoever. Or master.
Sheesh.
Like, I was still doing the same thing. Just a little bit of EQ and just a compressor. That's it.
Yeah.
And... dude, we made those bangers, bro, and they fucking popped off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and it was like wild as fuck. So maybe we're like inches away from selling our soul. So I mean, thank God.
I don't know, dude. I swear, I don't know. I
You
remember.
guys should have done it.
Yeah, remember. I remember writing that song, bro, and after, because that's when I was trying to get into hooks heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I would just write songs, just regular songs based off of melody, you know. And at the time, I didn't have good vocal range, so I would just do something like this deep, you know what I mean? And because that's where it would sound good before I started cracking. And then I saw this other interview with 2 Chainz about he was in the studio with Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne, the hook part of the beat, you know, because usually you can like tell like what parts should be the hook, song structure. He was rapping over the hook part. 2 Chainz was like, hey, you rapping over the hook part. I don't know if you want to cut it off. And then Lil Wayne was like, ain't no motherfucking hook part, motherfucker. Like, I'm fucking rapping like it's a song. And then, yeah, so if you look at that, if you go back to Trapped or whatever, the parts that are supposed to be the hook are, I just said, fuck it, you know what I mean? And so I just, like, kept singing. You know what I mean? And so, it became...
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah, if you go back and listen to the song, you can tell, you can break them down and see which parts are supposed to be the hook and where the verses are supposed to bleed into.
Yeah.
But I just said, fuck it. I mean, if Lil Wayne's got, you know what I mean? If this is how he thinks, I think he might be onto something. And then, fuck, he was, bro, because I fucking made a whole ass banger, dog.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
That
so
shit popped.
Yeah, it made,
that's at 3K, right? Or like,
yeah,
4K?
bro. I don't know what it is now, but at the time, yeah, it hit 3K. Like, I dropped it, and then it hit like 1,000 in, I don't know,
dude,
less than a week,
literally,
bro.
like, less than a week.
Yeah, it was crazy, and I was like, damn. And then since then, I try not to get too wrapped up in like the whole song structure thing, you know. So I just kind of let it breathe, or I just kind of let the song be what the song wants to be. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's a whole vibe.
It is, dude. It's pretty dope, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's fucking cool.
Dude, I remember hearing...
I still can't write hooks, but yeah.
I remember hearing that that podcast that UNAC did.
Oh, dude.
Oh, fuck.
I look
scruffy. You take off to the bathroom? All right, for sure. All right, guys, we'll be right back after this message. Yo, this is a message for all the people that got small businesses locally. I have no problem promoting any of that. And I don't expect no crazy, payout on a sponsor or anything. Really, if you just give me a shout out, I'll give you a shout out. If you really want the placement that, I'm showing right now, just shoot me an email at IllusiveTV@gmail.com. Or just hit me in the DMs if you know my socials. I'm on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, wherever you need me. But yeah, let's get back to it. And we're back.
So guys, I'm Loki.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. You know, back when I used to fucking party and like get high with my friends and shit like that when I was younger, my music, me producing music was an everyday thing, dude. Like I was constantly just making something.
Sheesh.
I go through my old notebooks, dude, and it's just full of shit, bro. Yeah. But now it's like weird because, like, now that I'm sober, I mean, I still drink and shit, but now that I'm sober, like, all I do really is I really focus on one song, even if it takes a week, because I really fuck with structure now. I really fuck with it, dude. I want in the middle of the whole song, I want it to like turn into a little like interlude. You know what I mean? And then rock back on and shit. I don't know. I think my music style really changed, definitely. And what really helped me notice that was one time the homie Smokey, he told me, because Resentment, I was sober all of Resentment when I recorded that.
Yeah.
That mixtape. He was like, so Resentment was sober, Elusive, huh? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I could tell. He's like, 'cause it's really serious.
Yeah.
He's like, versus LaRue Drive, I could tell you were lit the whole time, dude. And I was, bro. I was lit the whole time I recorded LaRue Drive. Every fucking day. And, dude, LaRue Drive was a whole different vibe, dude. Like, I remember we went to Perkins and, like, we ran up a fucking big old fucking check there, bro. Like, I think everyone got such expensive food, bro. The ticket was like $1,000.
Fuck, damn,
man.
This nigga at the Cheesecake Factory.
$150, bro. It was $150 or like $200, and we got it all for like $10 because my homie worked there, and we were like, dude, give us the discount, bro. That nigga literally shaved off like more than half, bro. We only paid $10.
Damn, son. That's fucked up. I used to work there.
Yeah, it's vibes, dude. Fuck Perkins.
Fuck Perkins.
Run your check. Nah.
But place is shitty. Yeah.
And now, like, you know, like when I recorded Youngboy Chronicles, like that was all sober me too, and like the structure of it, you can just tell it's just cleaner, and the way it just like it flows throughout the whole fucking piece of work, you know, and that I'm able to really put my my ability to focus on music way more now, rather than just like, okay, flowing this out and having all these undone songs, you know, like just or like a hook and then a half verse, you know what I mean, or like only a verse, you know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man, I like when I was recording my mixtapes and shit, like I'd walk in there and I would have like just pages of shit, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'd pick the beats like this prior to went to the studio, like I'd have pages of shit and find a beat. I'm like, yo, man, this goes here, here, and here, and then I'll just throw in the hook, you know. And I was just like, that's how I did it, man. That's how I did most of my songs, and you know, and like I never really thought about structure. I mean, I did, you know, to a point when AC would bring it up. Yeah. Hey, man, you can add a hook. I was like, that's a good idea, you know. Like, you know, but I mean, for the most part, I was just like, let's go. I just want to record, you know. Yeah. That was my whole attitude.
That's mainly why I got into making beats, because I noticed, like, dude, on 8 Days, if you listen back to 8 Days, and if you were able to listen to the beats that we recorded on, like, dude, they were totally different. They weren't even structured for the way that we recorded on them. No, they were like, we had like 3 people on one spot where the verses are supposed to go. Yeah, because it was only like a 2-minute or 3-minute long song. You know what I mean? Yeah. And AC, because it was all locally produced, so we had access to all the stems, you know, and to the actual Fruity Loops files, you know. Yeah. And so none of them were structured that way, and there's a couple of times where, like, now that I'm into beat making, like I can hear it now, but like on times where the hook's about to come back in, you'll hear that the bass changes up, like it'll do like a do left to right, you know what I mean? It'll do it a couple of times, just to kind of give it that structure to move back into the hook. And dude, none of it was structured that way. Some of the songs weren't even. There's one song, I think it's I forget what it's called. Fuck. Late Night. It's called Late Night. Dude, that song had 2 different beats. What? Yeah, it was 2 different beats. Like he had a whole different beat laid down on it, and then he had another beat that was practically the same beat. It just had like something different, I think, with the piano or like the melody, you know. Right. but it was the same BPM.
So
it fit just perfect. Yeah, and he has the second part. It's a bonus at the end of the album.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Shit, I used to listen to 8 Days all the time and just.
Dude, I still listen to 8 Days all the time.
Fucking salty, you know.
8 Days is crazy.
Fuck these guys. I'm just kidding.
Dude, you're not kidding,
we'll
bro. Don't lie. It's okay.
We'll have another one, dude. Don't worry, G. We'll have another one, dude. We would have had one this year. We were planning it, but then fucking COVID happened. And dude, what's crazy is that last time we had 8 Days, Sam had the fucking plague, bro. And he took AC out. It almost like that's what delayed us.
I was sick as fuck, bro, and
he was still going in.
Yeah, I took like a week off of work. I just called in sick all the time, and then I'd show up with Jack Daniels and fucking like Dayquil and shit. And
so when you listen back to Sam's voice, just know that he was sick as fuck.
Yeah, I was sick as fuck, dude. But it was it was so much fun.
But the only one who got sick was
so
AC.
Yeah,
it was fucked because the only one that got really sick was AC.
Yeah, dude, I gave him the play. Sorry,
you almost cut the legend, man.
I know,
exactly, bro. Yeah, it was probably COVID. You never know.
It probably was, man. Shit.
I don't know, bro. Took him out for a while.
Because I remember Sam saying like, "Yeah, dude, I could drink all this liquor because I can't taste shit."
Yeah.
Straight up,
bro.
So we're like,
we're getting faded, bro.
But yeah, at the time it wasn't like. We didn't know a lot about it, dude, so we're just like, damn, that's a weird sickness.
It wasn't out yet, bro.
That's lit.
Yo, I mean, you had it before everyone else had it. You know what I mean? So everyone's checking on you.
Then you got it again.
Yeah, and then I got it like again, but fuck, the next time it sucked ass.
But it probably wasn't COVID actually because you had COVID and you could tell the difference. I'm sure.
Yeah, it was fucking like the first time I just had like a really crazy cold. You know what I mean? But when I had COVID, I had fucking COVID.
Dude, AC was sick, bro. Like, because we came here to engineer the rest of 8 Days. And I remember midway, AC was like, yo, bro, like, I need to fucking take a nap or something, dude. He's like, I feel like shit. And I was like, all right, bro. I'm gonna let him take a nap here. But we still didn't stop. And shouts to AC, dude. He put in a lot of work because, like, dude, I've been engineering for 4 years. And I think I've barely... just last year, learned how to actually engineer due to him.
Damn.
You know, because he taught me a lot. During that 8 Days process, he taught me a lot about just listening. And then we had, a couple months later, we had like a meetup where he taught me how to do it again. And I knew the name of a lot of things and I knew what a lot of things meant after that. And so it actually locked into my brain.
Yeah.
Right.
But before then, he had told me multiple times, like, do this and do that. And it was more of just like memory that was making me do this, you know what I mean? It wasn't actually listening and feeling the song. And during 8 Days, he was like, stop looking at it, like listen to it. And I was like, all right, and I did that, and it really helped me out with engineering. But
that's Sensei Delgado.
Sensei Delgado, dude. He's like Mr. Miyagi, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Able senpai.
Senpai.
Wax on, wax off.
I know, dude. Honestly. Fucking the guru and shit.
Fucking Oni-chan and shit.
We probably shouted him out on every single podcast.
Dude, it's cause I don't know, man. It's just because he's just so dope.
Man. He plays a really big part in the whole movement.
Yeah, in the local movement. You know what I mean? He's the center of it,
Yeah, I don't think, honestly,
for the most part.
I just really don't think there'd be like, if AC wasn't here, there probably wouldn't be as, like, the 8. You know what I mean? The 8... as like a collective, from everybody because he's gotten people from like Utah, from fucking like Nevada, you know what I mean? Everywhere, bro. And so he's the one who brings it all together. And I just think we were blessed to have him like agree to rock our fucking banner,
Right. Yeah.
And so,
exactly.
Now he's doing his thing and shit. And it's dope, dude.
It's sick as fuck, bro. And it all started with those interviews.
Yeah,
it did. I remember when he was like, when I was recording, I think it was Nuisance or something different. I can't remember. But he was like, he talked to me about the podcast. He's like, hey man, so I was thinking about doing this, and I was like, fuck it, man, do it.
Yeah.
He's like, you think so? I was like, yeah, man, what can go wrong?
Yeah.
What can go wrong? And he's like, you know what, you're right, man. I'm gonna do it, man. And then
you did one with him, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I was the first one he did.
Yeah.
Hey, honestly, shouts out Neff, bro. We wouldn't have met him, if that wouldn't happen, Summer Days, I don't think we wouldn't have met AC.
Well, I had already knew AC before that, actually, because my brother was the one who introduced me to AC, because I think him and AC, like, either worked together, or they just knew each other from Dutchman's, or I think it had to do with that Antonio guy, Dream King.
Oh fuck
my brother Junior had worked with Dream King and AC was like working with Dream King for a while. I know, for real. But anyway, and they were working together for a while, and then my brother Junior was like, "Yo, you need to hit up that Abel Delgado guy. Like that he's up." And I remember hitting him up, and I hit him up like, "Hey, can you check out this song?" And it was just that, and then he hit me up like with an offer to like help me out with like song covers. He gave me like a whole fucking proposal and everything, dude. He's like, "Yeah, look at my portfolio." He's like, he's telling me like the visuals of a song cover are key to to catching someone's eye and to getting more viewers and shit like that, and
putting you on game.
Yeah, putting me on game, bro. And I was like, "Yo, this guy's shooting at me, like that's cool as fuck." Yeah. And then when Summer Days came around, and then I think it was you that got him for us, or didn't you? It's either you or Neff that got him to record it for us. That was when we actually met him in person.
Yeah. And then we talked about it when we recorded. I want to say Summer Breeze. I'm not sure, but we just brought it up. Like, yo, man, what if we got like a little thing going on, And Neff was like, we can call it Summer Days, and I was like, yo, that's a
dude. Neff's
that's a good idea.
Neff.
Dude, that's
a good idea,
man, dude.
I was just like, fuck yeah. And we're like, maybe we can get someone to record it for us. And she's like, well, I got camera, And I was just like, boom, if you're willing, it would be an honor for you to record it for us.
Fuck, dude. When was that? 2015 or 16?
No, dude, that was like 2017.
Yeah, it was like 2017. 2018, I want to say.
It might have been. Well,
no, it wasn't 2018. I graduated that year, bro. It was 16.
No, dude, it wasn't 2016. It had to be 16 because because I had already came back from Utah, and it had been.
It was 17.
Yeah, it was 2017.
Yeah, you were right. That was back when we recorded Real Deep, or not Real Deep. I think it was called. I think we called it Loud or something like that. It was me and Fade. It was the first song that me and Fade collabed on. But it was called Real.
Yeah, man, it was crazy, man. Good times. I was really fucked up on the first Summer Days.
It was off Boomies, wasn't it?
No, that must have been enough. But I mean, I was just fucking faded, dude. I was just drunk as fuck. Did you see it in the video? My face is all red.
Well, we were doing a bunch of illegal shit. Like, we had cans, or not cans. We had bottles instead of cans. We just had a bunch of beer, so like everyone was just drinking, and even if they were underage, and like, luckily no cops pulled up.
Yeah, remember when that Karen showed up? She's like, "Yeah, turn it down." We're like, "Fuck you."
I think that was a different time because the regatta was going on the first time.
Oh yeah,
it was the second time when we actually had these speakers right here. Oh when we were being loud as fuck, and they could hear us from across the river.
Oh yeah,
and they were like, "Hey, they don't want you guys to be swearing," and we're like, "Man, fuck that."
Fuck that.
Karen, I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
Yeah,
I remember that. And then
would it be different if it was a country song?
Right?
It probably would have been. They would have been like, "Oh my god, who's that?
Get your Bud Lights and your trucks. That we're going tailgating.
the culture's back." They'd be like, "No,
make America great again."
I'm glad these young kids know what real music is.
Yeah. Dude, we got lucky, dude. No one even realized that the regatta was supposed to be going on that exact day, and we were lucky that it got canceled that day. But the thing is all those boats that run in the regatta, they can't have the gasoline in them for too long, so they had to run all the gas out. That's why they were still driving around, and I remember we'd be spitting, and the fucking boats would drive by, and you just start spitting louder.
Yeah.
You can hear it in the video too when the boats are passing by and shit.
Oh yeah,
dude, that was probably the best turnout though.
That was. I think because after that it was just like, shit got all crazy, man, and there was some people that were trying to make it more about them than about the community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what happens when you know what I mean? Because that was everybody's first taste of a little bit of success. Yeah, you know, you have a good turnout, and then you think.
The thing was like it was a showcase, and it's like.
Yeah,
we wanted to respect that. Like, this is a showcase
where everyone can just
show what they can do. Yeah, you know what I mean. This is what we're here for, and if you're here to support. You know, don't come here to fucking look at someone weird when they're on stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was that, and then like people turned it into something like, oh, I can mark up my wannabe agency. With this, and then like, oh, you're not going on stage because I have one of my guys coming from Boise. Like Boise, like much respect to Boise, but motherfucker is Burley. You know what I mean?
Dude.
It was just fucking
that
crazy.
shit was stupid, bro. He had fucking.
It was more of just the fact that Neff wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, bro.
The fact that Neff wasn't there anymore, it lost a lot of its structure because, like,
it did.
It was Neff's.
It was Neff's idea, dude, and it was all Neff's.
Mm-hmm.
Summer Days is all fucking Neff.
He had it all planned out. Like, he had everything organized, and then he left, and that's just usually what happens, man. You know.
Well, he gets on next year.
Fucking A.
Next year on his birthday, he told me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm like, cool, man. I'll get you a transgender hooker.
Oh
my god.
He's like, hey man, I feel like I'm in here. I'm like, hey, you must like it, man. You keep going back. I don't know.
I think he's been trying to call me, dude, but my phone doesn't let me answer it because of the spam risk.
Oh,
it thinks it's a spam, but I realized he'd be calling me from Cottonwood, wouldn't he?
Shit, I don't even know. He's in Boise right now.
Okay, that's not Cottonwood then. Okay, so maybe not.
Yeah.
He hasn't fucking called me. Fucking Neff.
What does that tell you? Nah, just kidding.
I know.
That he's locked up, trying to do his time.
Or no one put money in his books.
I put money in his books. I put $100 in his books every month.
Yeah, that went to ramen noodles.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Fuck. At least
Well,
yeah.
No, I'm paying him $100 a month because I'm buying these speakers from him.
Oh, you are?
All this equipment, I'm buying it from him.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Yeah, while he's in there. Because he was like, yo, I can give you the money back. And I was like, well, how about you just sell me all this stuff I've had for 2 years?
yeah, basically.
He's like, all right.
You know, and he's like, yeah, I guess you're right. You practically do own it. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm just paying you for it, you know?
Yeah.
Fair deal. Fair deal.
Shout out, Ned.
It's like Rent-A-Center. When he gets out, he's like, actually, I'm going to charge interest.
Damn.
Oh,
you know, this is like, so instead of like 2 G's, it's going to be like 4 or 5. I mean, I hope you understand, right? or you can record one of my mixtapes. You know?
He's like,
I owe him a fucking mixtape too. He didn't record enough music before he went in, so I don't have a lot to work with. You know.
The thing about like I love my brother, and he's fucking a genius.
Yeah, he is.
You know, but me and him would always butt heads because he's like, no man, you gotta do it like this. I'm like, fuck you, don't tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't gotta do it no way, man.
He'd always be like, yo, man, it's because, I was thinking about it. I was like, hey, man, I got 3 mixtapes. Do you have how many? 4 or 5 songs? I mean, come on. He'd be like, that's fucked up. I'm like, all right, you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Come here. Don't tell mom.
Don't tell mom, dude.
I don't know, dude. I love you too, G. I love you hella, man. But Neff, dude.
Yeah, no. Neff is...
Like, if he made an album, the fact that he hasn't made an album is what should kind of scare you, and it scares me. Because dude, he's gonna pop up, bro. Because he's fucking good.
It's about
he's got that charisma.
He got the charisma, dude. He's got it all, bro. Truthfully, what he needs is just that fucking guidance. Not even that guidance. All he really needs is the product. Yeah.
He just needs to want to do it, man.
Yep.
You fucking know, Neff. Just like when I was in fucking middle school, when I was going to East Minico, and he put out one of his first songs. It was it was him, Pedro Amador, and some Rebecca chick. I can't fucking remember.
Hold on, Pedro fucking spit bars too, or what?
Yeah.
Pedro, what?
Wait, from 6 Shooters?
Well, no. Yeah. He was the producer. He was the producer for
what?
Damn, bro, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
he did my tattoos.
I still remember Neff's verse. It was like, "Hey, baby girl, what's your name? Haven't seen you in a minute. Can I be your friend? Can I hit you up, baby, just to see what's up? I ain't trying to be your man." Some shit like that. And I was just like, "Yo, that shit was good, man," you know. And then he came out with a bunch of other songs, and I was like, "Yeah, they didn't match up." But I mean, yeah, that one was fucking good.
I don't know, bro. That one song, what's it called? True Queen. Doesn't he have one called True Queen? Dude, that song's fucking good, bro.
Yeah.
And it's on YouTube.
Yeah, it is.
That matched up. That's a good song.
It is. No, and then there was one that was because he made one towards that Dream King, and
he made one towards him.
Oh, kind of, not really.
Oh.
And it was just, this is like way fucking back in the day, way back. He made one called I Love My Haters. And it was just like a little jerk song. It's like, I love my haters, yeah, no matter what they say. Because even if they hating, they just bringing me fame. Oh, yeah. It was like, hey. And it was just fucking dope. And like, he came up with like 4 or 5 songs. put them all on MySpace. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Oh my God, bro. Dude, I don't know how young you think I am, bro. Like I'm 23. You know what I mean? I know what the fuck MySpace is.
I just wanted to make sure, you know.
I know what MySpace is.
But like, you know, they put them on MySpace, and then I remember because Yasmin Ruiz, she had a quince, and she was like, she asked Neff to perform at that quince.
What?
Yeah, dude. This is way back in the day. Yeah, he did. He did. It was fucking. Yeah, I wasn't there to see it because I was getting drunk. And then I went and crashed that quince, and I fucking called out like 5 people. I was all drunk. I don't want that. But yeah, it was crazy, man. At that time, I was like, yo, man, Neff can really do something with this, you know. And then, you know, he just woke up and chose violence after that.
Just good.
No, he just, you know, he just went his own way and, you know, started living his own life. And I just felt like if he would have stuck with that shit, dude, who knows what he would be. He would be like the next Rihanna.
Yeah, bro, you never know. He'd probably be fucking like the new Dogface.
New Dogface.
He'd be somewhere for real.
Or technically, he would be the old Dogface.
Yeah, the first Dogface.
Yeah, Dogface.
Dude, I remember when I was younger.
You should get him on the podcast.
Dogface?
Yeah.
Dude, that'd probably be a little difficult.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we'd be able to do. How much? Someone was telling me they tried to, like, they asked him how much it was to shout out their, I don't know if it was a song or for like a post, and I think it was only like a rack, dude. But for a whole interview, I don't know if it's 5 G's for him to come up here. I don't know. I'd be down,
bro. I think he would charge quite a bit. He's already been on No Jumper.
Has he?
Yeah.
I haven't even seen
No
that
Jumper
interview.
like about a month ago. He was on No Jumper.
I think it'd be. I don't know. Maybe.
That's what I knew. I was like, damn, this guy's really up there. You know? He's on No Jumper.
I knew he was up there when they said he was going to be in the fucking inauguration for Biden. He was going to be in the parade.
What?
Dude, you didn't know that? He was in the parade. Yeah.
Was he?
You didn't know that?
Nah.
He was in the...
his price tag went up for sure.
Yep.
But like, I know
Definitely.
you can get a No Jumper shout out for like 5 racks.
Sheesh.
It's honestly not that much for fucking, you know.
Yeah, that's not that much. There's a lot of exposure in No Jumper. That's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
I'm not gonna shout out Adam, but because he doesn't know who the fuck we are. But still.
No, he doesn't.
Well, I mean, that's
Shout
what
out
we gotta let him know.
Yeah, I mean, we could. I mean, I don't know, dude. 5 racks isn't that much for an interview like that. For that much exposure.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. I think if we reached out to Dogface and been like, "Hey,
we live in Idaho."
Yeah.
So like, hey man, support your local community.
It would be different, I think, dude. Yeah, I think he would probably think of it differently. I'm gonna try to get a hold of him. That's a good idea.
Let's do it.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing shit out there. I'm like a quarter way through this 40.
Yeah, you're beating me.
Yeah.
You guys are both beating me.
Nah, dude. Look at that.
I'm beating you.
Oh yeah,
I'm just an alcoholic now.
Yeah, man, dude, I'm really excited to get the second season going, dude.
Yeah, congratulations, man. That shit's fucking cool, man.
Thanks, bro. It was tough, dude. It was fun recording those first couple episodes, and then it started getting complicated. We set up a bunch of different podcasts with people, and they'd cancel on us, and we can't blame them.
Right.
Because, fuck, dude, like, there's been multiple times where I've had to cancel on a couple people myself.
Man, life happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Because, I mean, honestly, we all got jobs and shit. Like, you know what I mean? We're just some people.
Yep.
Yeah, just regular people that, do amazing shit.
I know, this shit's still fun, though. Because we're just chilling here, sipping 40s. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you think of the podcast room? You like it or what?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, that San Francisco thing is kind of...
Yeah, bro, come on, dude. Chill.
Kind of blinding my eyesight.
Right, for those of you who don't know, Elias, in this room right now, he's got some blankets covering the windows along with the blinds.
Yep.
And one of them is a San Francisco blanket, and so that's why Gigi's like,
it's
fuck that San Francisco blanket.
It's a beautiful blanket, right?
Hey, who you guys got on the Super Bowl or what?
Fuck the Chiefs, bro, because they took my Super Bowl last year. I threw a whole ass Super Bowl party, bro.
No way.
I threw a whole ass Super Bowl party, and at halftime we were winning. 49ers were winning, so I took...
I remember that.
Yeah, I took like 3 or 4 shots, and I was lit, and I was being hella cocky.
Before I left, I was like, yo, they're going to lose.
Yeah, bro, yeah.
And then they lost, and I felt bad. I was like, fuck.
So fuck the Chiefs. I'm going for the Bucks. And honestly, dude, it's great. So one of my buddies, he was mentioning to me, dude, we're literally witnessing history right now.
Yeah.
If Tom Brady takes this shit, that's the 7th ring, and that's the only quarterback that has 7 rings, dude.
And he's he's playing. He's the only quarterback to play at his home field.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, fuck him
it
because he got the Saints.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, and it
I'm so
proves
fucking mad.
that he's the best quarterback, bro.
Oh, dude, check this out. I saw a statistic the other day that said Steph. I don't know. It had Steph Curry's like 3 percentages,
Right,
and then it had Tom Brady's Super Bowl percentages, and the statistic was that Tom Brady is more likely to make it into the Super Bowl than Steph Curry is to make a 3-pointer.
What the?
Yeah,
the
because of their whole statistic stats, bro. You can look it up, bro.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I saw it and I was
crazy.
I was like, yo,
Steph Curry's like, I'm going to the NFL now.
That's wild. How is that even possible? It's kind of weird because I mean,
no,
okay,
it makes sense when it's because I don't remember
just
the
way
exact
that
numbers.
statistics would work and the way numbers would work. If you have a consistent number hitting high numbers, obviously it's going to have more than something that has just a little pause in between.
Throughout his career. And throughout Steph Curry's career, it just averages out to like
that's fucking wild.
It's more.
But, I mean,
you got more of a chance of fucking Tom Brady hitting the Super Bowl.
Where the fuck is
Turtle?
I dude, you
have to pull this shit up, dude.
No, man.
Holy
but
shit!
Yeah, think about it, man.
That's wild.
I don't really like statistics because they're like, statistically speaking, you're more likely to get bit in shallow water by a shark than you would in the ocean.
Numbers don't lie.
I'm like, well, no shit. That's where the people are. You know what I mean? No shit. You know what I mean? Like, what the
exactly.
fuck?
Okay, exactly.
Well,
So
I mean,
you made my point.
But look, but check this out. All right, so check this out. Look, so if you have that statistic, right, you're talking about those people. But if you look at like sports, it's the same amount of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same amount of people. So it's like it's just like
you're right.
Depending on his whole career. He's made it to the Super Bowl. He's got a better chance of making it to the Super Bowl than Steph Curry does making a 3-pointer shot. You know what I mean?
That's fucking crazy.
That's crazy, though. I didn't know
That's wild as fuck. That blows my mind.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, damn.
Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback in history, dude, in all of NFL because, dude, literally, he went to a team that I don't think they've ever made it to the playoffs. I don't think the Buccaneers have ever made it to the playoffs. And he brought them to the Super Bowl in one season.
Sammy, pull it up.
In one season, dude. One fucking season.
Yeah, I saw this other thing that said...
That's history.
That is history.
I saw this other thing that said they were comparing Tom Brady and LeBron James, where they were like, they were successful on like their teams, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they went to teams that weren't doing good, and then they did the same shit. So it's like, all right, fuck.
Yeah, but the difference between like LeBron and Brady is that Brady actually fucking won. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Take it easy on LeBron, dude.
I know. I respect the guy. I respect the guy. I think people hate on him too much.
He's great, dude.
You know what I mean?
Great.
Like, have you guys seen that fucking? I'm pretty sure you guys have, but that fucking commercial with Kobe, and he's talking to like group of audience, and he's like, you guys need to be great, and he's like, I'm already great. Kind of just like, I'm already great. How greater can I be? How many more? Yeah. He's like, how many more records can my records break? More records. But how much greater can I be? More greater.
Damn.
What?
Rest in peace, Kobe, man.
And he's like, are you the same beast but a different animal, or something like that? And he's like, what the fuck does that even mean, Kobe? That's fucking funny. Oh shit!
Fuck, dude.
He's like, you're welcome.
Man.
Yeah, rest in peace, Kobe.
Dude, so check this out. So I was talking to my little brother the other day, and he's still...
You have a little brother?
Yeah, his name's Roman.
What up, Roman?
Yeah. And he's in 6th grade right now. And
nice.
the first thing I told him, because I really think about this shit, and sometimes I wish that I would have stole those books from high school and middle school and shit, like the history books.
Dude, I have some.
Dude, give them to me. Please.
I will if you need.
Yeah, seriously. If you can't, what?
Nah, just kidding.
How much you say?
I want $20.
$20. I'll buy them for $20, bro.
Bro, you can buy them online, my guy.
Yeah, but they're like $100 fucking dollars, bro.
Are they?
Yeah, because I lost some of those books and they made me pay hella money before I graduated.
Well, yeah, but that's because it's the tax system, man. Come on now.
Yeah, fuck it. So yeah, good thing that Sam's back for this. Okay, so I'm talking to my little brother, bro.
Right.
And the one thing I asked him because right now what we're going through, this pandemic and shit, this is gonna go in the history books, dude. Everything, and then the whole election fraud and shit like that.
Yeah, storming the Capitol.
Storming the Capitol. Everything. All this shit is gonna go into the history books.
It is.
But dude, right now, these kids aren't even reading books, bro. They're not looking through history books like we were. They're not making outlines of these history books like we were, dude.
Yeah.
I asked him, I was like, what are you reading in your social studies classes? Like, what does it say? Like, what history are you covering right now?
Yeah.
And he's like, in social studies, we just kind of watch, like, what's going on, like, modernly. I was like, no fucking way. Damn. You were literally...
Fuck?
Yeah, and you remember, like, the jokes that it was like, your mom was so old... Your mom was so old when she read history books, she was studying Jesus and shit like that, you know, or or she sat next to Jesus and shit like that. Like, or when she reads history books, they would just look outside or shit like that, you know, like, and that's what's going on with us right now. Like, but
he's gonna be like, "Yo, Daddy's so old, he was studying COVID."
Yeah, bro, like that's fucking crazy, right?
Yo, yeah.
Are the kids that are in school right now are literally looking outside for history? They're not even going through shit. I mean, I haven't spoke to a high schooler and what they're going through, but I'm sure they're just reading the old shit that I already read. Right. You know what I mean? But
right.
Yeah, those books ain't changed.
Like, yo, like, okay, when I was in, I think it was like my junior year, I was going to Mount Harrison, and Mr. Sparks, rest in peace, he was one of the coolest history teachers, you know? And he's like, all right, man, open up your books. And I remember reading, it was like 9/11, and I was like, what the fuck? Yo, I seen that shit happen, you know? I was like, they're fucking putting this shit into books now? I was like, yo, that shit blew my mind. I was like, damn.
You see, that it needs to go into a book, bro. It needs to go into books, and these kids need to read that shit.
I think it will, bro. Because it might not be your little brother's generation, but maybe the generation after. I think maybe your daughter's generation.
Yeah, but it better be fucking books.
Yeah.
That's scary, because he says that they, you know, because dude, all these kids now they get their own personal laptops now. When they go to school, they're assigned a laptop. It's a Chromebook. And, you know, they do Google Class, and especially with COVID and shit like that, that's what they do. They literally they do all their homework on there, right? And it's fucking lit. Lucky motherfuckers.
I know. Not really, though.
They were 1 year under my class.
Are they lucky, though, man?
They're not that lucky.
Because in high school, we had the privilege to be like, yo, man, we're going to skip today. And we're gonna go fucking do drugs or whatever the fuck, you know.
I don't think that's a privilege.
Like, I mean, no, but I mean,
that shit fucked me up.
It's probably better. It's probably better that they don't do that.
I would have been happy if I would have never went to juvie.
But I mean, like, you know, it's like now they won't get to like experience that until the shit like dies off. You know what I mean? To be in high school and be like, hey, yo, it's senior skip day or whatever it is.
I don't know.
You know
is that a privilege? I feel like, I don't know.
Maybe not a privilege, but opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, they were like, you know.
Hey, look, if there's any kids watching this in the future, definitely do good in school and do good to a point. If you're getting all straight A's, you can definitely take a fucking day or two off.
Look, school is no place for a genius. That's why I dropped out.
All right, Rick.
All right, I'm fucking Rick over here.
No,
it's not a place for smart people.
School is a fucking great place, man.
But if you're gonna drop out, get your GED.
It sounds cheesy, man. It sounds cheesy as fuck. But truthfully, man, like, cause dude, I was talking to my little brother, man, and I remember being his age, and it's like seeing the difference between me and him. I'm like, fuck, dudes. I told him, I was like, dude, when I was your age, because we had like a brother to brother talk, and you know, my pops wasn't there. Me and him were just chilling in the backyard. And the backyard is where I had all the fucking parties at, bro. Like, dude, literally, almost all the parties that were the littest, the most memories I ever had, that were the best fucking memories ever, were in my backyard, where I had big ass fucking parties, bro.
Right.
You know, bonfires, and it all started when I was a fucking 6th grader, bro. Like, I wasn't partying yet.
Good old Idaho.
But you know, like when I met your sister and stuff, like I would meet her at the bowling alley, and we would go to my house, and we would have bonfires and shit. And I was telling them that I'm like, bro, they're building an arcade here. You know how bad I wish they had a fucking arcade when I was a kid?
Yeah, for real.
When I was in 6th, 7th, 8th, even high school, that they would have had an arcade, that's where it's at. He's like, nah, arcades are fucking lame. No. And I was like, no, I was like, bro, please, dude. I was like, Roman, please, bro. When that arcade opens up, go there and tell all your homies, yo, let's go to the arcade and chill. Because, bro, you can't be yourself when you're around people that judge you all the time or that want you to be a certain way. The bowling alley that we had when I was, you know, a youngin' was the only place that I could be myself.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? And you know, even if I thought I was some youngin' thuggin', you know what I mean? Like,
fucking
I got to fuck up personally in front of people that didn't know me and that would point out, you know, like, hey, like, you're fucking weird. You know what I mean?
It's definitely it's a good. I think growing up from like a kindergarten through 12th grade is a good like social experiment. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a good way to learn about the different types of people there are in the world. Who you can trust, who you can't. You know, you learn a whole lot through there, man. And then I think that's you take that through to when you become a young adult, and then if you go to college, it's even more so. But when you experience individualism, but I mean, I just really think that K through 12 is a really good experience for the younger people. You know,
it is, dude, and it's getting
yeah, it is.
It's literally getting taken away from them.
Yeah,
with all this electronic shit, like with so. I'm not talking down on anybody that games, because dude, nowadays like that's all I do is I game and I fucking kick back and make music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I had a social life as a youngin.
I didn't. No, I think.
But like, and I'm telling my little brother, I'm like, yo, dude, like, okay, so when I grew up with my brother, Kobe, you know, my stepbrother, he loved gaming, bro, and so that was all he did, and that was when gaming first came out.
Yeah,
you know, like online gaming and shit.
Yeah.
And so he had the choice. He was a year older than me, and he had the choice to either stay home or come with me to the fucking bowling alley. You know what I mean, dude? There was nights where I wouldn't come home till 10:00 p.m. You know what I mean? And that was late as a kid, you know.
Yeah.
But I'd be at the bowling alley all day, meeting new people, meeting new girls, and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was lit. I was getting a social life, and I was fucking up, and I was learning from those fuck ups personally, you know, and shit that you don't go home and tell your parents. You know what I mean? Shit that you keep locked into yourself, and you're like,
so like, how's the bowling alley? Oh, dude, it was cool. I did a strike.
Yeah, dude, no joke. And then
like
I think it helps you too, because I mean, those are the first times where you experience like anxiety. You're like, like, how am I fucking, like, how am I dressed? Like, how am I supposed to
look at me?
Yeah, how am I supposed to approach these people? You know what I mean?
How to take care of yourself. Like, look, man.
Yeah, and so I think too, mentally it does a lot of good for you too, because then you realize how to interact with the social environment, but not only that, you learn how to interact with yourself and your own emotions. You're like, okay, look, I might be like, I know I look fly, but I might walk into a place with a bunch of people, and like, you know, they're gonna look at you because you're the new nigga there, and so you're like, okay, look, I know I look fly. If anybody like fucks with me, I know they're fucking tripping, but at the same time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's just the whole thing, dude. It kind of like prepares you, you know?
Oh yeah. I mean, I was. Like, when I was growing up, man, I went to Big Valley. It was Big Valley at the time.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh yeah, that shit's cool. And then when I went to East Minico, I went there for my first year, my 6th grade year. And then I went to Burley, then West Minico. And I just kept jumping around from school to school because we kept moving around and shit. And, you know, I just met a whole bunch of people, you know. Like a whole bunch of people. And I seen the difference between Burley, Rupert, Havern, Paul, you know. And I was just like, yo, man, we literally live like 10, 15 minutes away.
But there's a big difference.
But we're all fucking different, you know.
Yeah, it's because everybody's got their own, like, mindsets, and everybody's got their own comfort zones. And everybody's got this whole, you know, like, and so.
Like at East Minico, it was more sporty, I want to say, you know. And at West Minico, everyone was a fucking gangster at the time I went there. Everyone was a gangster. It was either you were north or south.
At West?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what the fuck? And they're like, what you bang? And I was like, I don't know.
What's crazy is
I was like, I like Tupac, so West Side. I was like, I don't know.
By my generation, that shit flipped. Everyone was starting to gangbang when at East. At West, everyone was just a vibe, bro. Everyone just kicked it. Everyone was trying to dance. That's all it was.
Well, okay, so like in Burley, it was more like, it was weird, man. Burley was like weird. Like everyone was trying to hide something. You know what I mean? I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm gonna go do this, but don't tell my best friend.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck?
I'm like,
you're
what?
Like if that's your best friend, you guys are doing like everything together. You know
I was like, I was like, that has nothing to do with me. I don't know, but like, you know, and then when I went back to East Minico, everything had changed. Like everyone was like calling me out because I was like, I had already gone to West. I got sort of a, you know, gangster mentality from Idaho, you know, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna wear baggy shit. Fuck these guys, you know, because I didn't really have like a lot of good friends, you know what I mean? And it was all cool, whatever. But people used to always be like, "You're Neff's brother, right?" We're like, "No, I'm Luis." People call me GiGi. What's up? You know, and then like, you know, but I went back to East, and I was wearing a brown belt, and this dude went up to me, and he pulls the brown belt, and he's like, what does this mean? And I was like, fucking brown pride, dude. What the fuck's wrong with you, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, so you're you're a sureño? And I was just like, no, it's a fucking brown belt. You know, I was like, what? And I don't know, shit got crazy. And then there's this dude, and he was just like, and I remember it was just like the most pettiest thing ever. Because I was talking to his prima, and I was like, and she was like,
prima means cousin, for those of you who don't know.
Yeah. Cousin, like a female cousin.
Yeah, a female cousin.
And she was like, oh, so you're not afraid of this dude? I'm like, what? No, what? I'm in fucking 8th grade. Well,
yeah.
I have none to be scared of. You know what I mean? And my ignorance. And and so like after school, this dude walks up to me. Oh, what's up, man? I don't scare you. I'm like, what? I'll try to put books in my bag, you know?
He's trying to press you and
shit.
shit.
And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? You know? And he's just like, you ain't scared of me? And he goes to shove me, and you know, and it was just like the weakest shove ever. And I was just like, yo, man, what? Who are you? You know what I mean? I was like, I don't even know who you are. You know, he was like a grade younger than me, you know, but he was, I don't know, he just got really offended by that.
Yeah.
And I remember from that experience, I was like, I never want to be like that.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know? It's like, oh, this guy ain't scared of me? Oh, this guy don't respect me?
Yeah.
Or I'm going to go call him. Nah, man.
Fuck
that.
I think,
I mean,
honestly,
whack,
bro,
dog.
I think that's something that happens with younger males, you know? Because I've definitely had that too, where it's like, if like you don't respect me, nigga, like what the fuck's wrong? You know what I mean? So you feel like you have to earn a respect, a certain type of respect. It's not even, I don't even know if it's like a type of respect is like you can tell the difference between a grown man respect, but at that point you're like, you just want people to, I don't know, like be scared of you kind of, you know? And so maybe at that point, you know, you're like willing to fight anybody or willing to do anything to be like, yo, even if you're scared yourself.
But I mean, I've always been like since I can remember, you know, I've always just been like, look, man, if someone really had a problem with me and they really wanted to confront me, you know, it's not like I'm trying to hide or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, if you really had that deep of a fucking resentment towards me, then I know if the table was flipped and I fucking like hated you or Elias, you know, I'd be knocking on your front door. Hey, man, can we talk? You know,
like, hey, man,
you
like,
know,
what
as soon
the
as you
fuck's
open
the
the door, I'm fucking dragging you out. You know, fucking, you know, if it's either I'm gonna get my ass kicked or I'm gonna kick your ass, or we're both gonna knock each other out. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I feel like that's how rappers are, at least around here. You know,
Ow,
dude.
I thought it was different.
There's rappers around here. There's rappers around here. I thought we were the only ones.
Yeah, no.
Nah, just
dude, to be honest, bro, I didn't realize how big our fucking scene was until I started. Like, you first start out, and then you're just like, man, no one raps around here. And then you get into the scene, you're like, dude, everybody's a fucking rapper.
Yeah. Trust me. Like, I went out to it's just down the street too. It was my wife's homegirl's house, and there was a kid named Angel, and he was like, "What's up, low key?" And I was like, "What?" And this shit happens to me like at Walmart or like at the mall and shit or at the bar. Yo, what up, low key? And I'm like, the fuck are you? You know?
Yeah.
But and it makes me feel really good, and you know, I'm like, yeah,
definitely,
name, you know?
Yeah.
And they're like, your music's trash, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's why you're here. Okay.
Yeah. Like, whatever, dude.
I know, my guy. You know.
Nah, dude.
But you know, like, and this Angel dude, he's real young. You know, he's like 17, 16 maybe, and he's like, hey man, so you rap, right? And I was like, well, you just call me Bummer Rap.
Yeah.
You know? Like, of course I rap.
Like,
you
bro,
know?
you know, bro, don't beat around the bush.
And he was just like, oh no, you know, and then like, everyone tells me the same thing. Like, we're trying to get into the studio and stuff, and you know, and I was like, all right, man. I was like, if you meet an engineer or a producer, all you have to do is be consistent. You know what I mean? And always try to make your first impression look really good. You know what I mean? Like, go in there with the notebook of shit.
Come
you know
prepared,
what I mean?
bro. That's it.
Beats, whatever, man. Even if they're off YouTube, fuck it, man. You know, that'll just show them that you're determined and you have...
Are you talking about Macias?
Yeah.
Oh, the Angel too? I was like, I asked him the other day, I was like, bro, you going by Xavier, Javier, or Angel?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I just had him in.
Did you?
Yeah, because of you.
Hell yeah.
And I told him that. I was like, yo, Gigi talked to me, bro. I was like, hey, Gigi talked to me. He told me about, you know, how you wanted to get in the studio. And I was like, because truthfully, after you told me, I looked through our messages and I left him on red last.
Damn.
Yeah, so I was like, damn, I owe this kid a fucking session. So I gave him a free session. I was like, yo, come through, and I got him in a session. And dude, he came very unprepared.
Did he?
Yeah, but he's never been in a studio before.
Right.
He's never recorded,
right.
so I didn't really care. And we were just vibing. I had the homies here, and like my cousins here.
Right. I think he sent me the link. Yeah. And I was just like, I want to talk to you about this in person. You know, because it's not like the rhymes are good. You know, I was like, but like you guys were talking about earlier, like structural part of a song.
It was just a verse,
he's
bro.
He's just green, bro.
And dude, truthfully, when he came here, he only had like 6 bars written down.
Oh shit!
And so and he didn't even know what bars were. Mm-hmm. He's like, how do I write bars?
I still don't know what bars are.
What's a bar?
So a bar in if you ever go to like a professional like music studio, a bar is a 4 count in a song. So when the beat starts playing, you hear 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 bar, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2 bars. You know,
so like moonwalking in Calabasas, that's a bar. Moonwalking up in Calabasas.
So if you,
you know what I mean?
so
like,
if you,
so it's like a syllable thing, kind of.
No, not really. You got it's more. So I mean, like rapper wise, bars are usually like the way I learned them was listening to Rakim, and then he said that he would write 16 dots on the paper. And that's how he would know he had a 16-bar rhyme.
I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah.
Remember when Manny showed us that video? Where if you want to learn how to write bars, you put 4 dots on your notebook.
And that's 4 bars.
And you write within those dots.
Yeah, and so so like for most rappers who learn out of like experience or whatever, or for most rappers who learn just by themselves, a bar is usually like a line. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
But if you go to like a studio or whatever, you go to like professional studio or you go to like a recording studio, anybody, you know what I mean? Anybody who does music, they're probably talking about a bar. It's usually like it's a 4 count in the music. So you start the beat, you don't write no fucking. It's not like a line. It's like a 4 count in the song. So you start the beat, and then once you hear 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a fucking bar.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what a bar is in general music. You know what I mean? Yeah, so if you got like 16 bars and shit, it's usually like a minute for like a rapper. You know, and then for songwriters, I think they usually have. In like a 16 bar beat, they'll usually only have like a fucking 4 to 6 bar like hook or verse. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just because like rappers are usually more. I always thought about it like this, bro. Rapping is the epitome of songwriting because we can tell stories. And we can have more rhymes than any other songwriter in the world, you know. And so if you were like one of the best rappers, you know, then you could be able to tell a story. You could be able to tell like the characters, what's going on, and then where you're going with it inside of those 16 bars. You know, you could tell a better story than a singer could because they could only do it in like 4 to 6 bars, where in those 16 or whatever, like out of those 16. You could pack that whole 16 with a whole story, and then plus you have that hook that they would have. You know what I mean? And so that's why I always looked at rap as like the epitome of fucking songwriting and music.
Yeah. Damn, that was deep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, now I know something. You know what I mean? Because like, when I told Abel that, he was like, "You don't know what a bar is?" We were like halfway through the second mixtape, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, "You don't know what a bar is?" I was like, "Well, you know, like I don't know, like when I hear a fucking rap, I'm like, yo, that's a bar." You know what I mean? Like, I was like, but I don't know like the actual meaning behind it. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Yeah.
So for anybody listening who's trying to get into music, if you're in a professional studio with professional people and you want to act professional, it's a 4 count in a song. Is a bar. So, you know, if you want to, you know, if you got 12 bars or 16 bars, that's how you'd count it. You'd count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 bar, and then you just go from there. But usually as a rapper, even if it's that 4 count, it's usually about a minute for a 16 bar rhyme.
Yeah, like when I first started recording, I used to have everything in a notebook, you know.
Oh, I fucking love notebooks.
I know, me too. Oh my God. I'm gonna bring that shit back,
dude. No, dude. I haven't stopped, bro. Like like on the paper, bro. That's just like
it's different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's just my shit, bro.
Because you can take your aggression out on the fucking pencil. Just
like,
fucking,
all
you know,
that shit, bro.
Like, fuck you, and, you know, shit like that, you know? Fucking real gangster shit, or, you know, or real soft shit. It don't matter, you know?
Yeah, AC even told me too, bro, one time. He was like, damn, bro, you really write all your shit in notebooks old school, huh? And I was like, yeah, bro, that's how I like to do it, you know?
Yeah.
But he'd be writing on his fucking Mac and shit, and I'm like, nah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just...
Because I liked it because I would take, like, you know how they had the little lines or whatever? I'd write 2 rhymes on a line.
Yeah.
Sit down, do 2 more.
Because that's how
and
you
make
work.
sure the one on the bottom match the one on the top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
and then, because I think of, like, with paper, I see it as a grid, bro.
Yeah,
and so,
exactly, yeah.
And so, like, so where most people took it as, like, if you were writing bars on the grid or whatever, you know, and you had a 16-bar rhyme, most of their bars would be on the end of the syllables, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I would try to make it to where I would start at the beginning of a word, and then I would try to rhyme in the middle with the beginning of the word, and then I would end on a different rhyme on the end, and then I would try to rhyme the next line down, try to rhyme the middle of the syllables to, like, the middle of the syllables of the first line, and then I would rhyme on the end. You know what I mean? Because if you look at, like, Eminem and you look at, like, Big Pun and all the fucking, like, the greatest rappers alive,
they wordplay like a motherfucker.
Yeah, the wordplay was crazy, and all the bars were sandwiched, bro. You had different rhymes inside of the bars, and then they would sandwich them. You know, so you never had the same syllable always at the same time. Yeah. So you always had, like, different ones. You always had different ones in the middle, a different one at the end. But then the magic and I think the beauty of rapping was to be able to take those rhyming skills to sandwich them in the middle, and take those different rhymes at the end to be able to, like, connect them all, and then be able to still tell a story and still be conscious, bro. And that was, like, my fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
when I heard Eminem rap for the first time, I was like, fuck, dude, you know, because I saw
ecstasy, kind of.
Literally, bro. Because Eminem was the reason I started rapping, and it was him and Nate Dogg on Shake That. I heard 2 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3, you know, and he was just like, I'm a dentist, a menace, an oral hygienist. Open your mouth for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then when I heard that, dude, I heard every single rhyme that he was saying, but then I saw it on the grid at the same time. So, like, I was listening to him,
and
like,
I was picture memory, kind of. Yeah,
bro, literally, bro. Like, we were going on our way camping, me and my family, and then my cousin, she played that shit, right? And then I heard, I'm a dentist, a menace, an oral hygienist, open your mouth for about 4 or 5 minutes. And then I saw every single syllable he was rhyming, like, in those bars, and then I saw the end rhyme, and then I just saw, like it was highlighted, bro.
Right.
I just saw every single rhyme and how different it was, and then how he connected them all, and I was like, dude, you can do this shit with words. I was like, no fucking way.
You can do this shit with words, my guy?
Yeah, and I was like, dude.
Holy shit, what?
Yeah, I was like,
life is real.
Yeah, like, no joke, bro. And then that's when I started studying and shit, and then that's when I started rapping too. I was like, dude, this is how you have to fucking... Bro. This is the epitome of
Me and Sam didn't meet because we rap. Like, literally. We weren't even, like, friends whatsoever in middle school, right?
Yeah.
And once high school hit, like, I don't even know how it really happened. But I remember just going to his birthday party, meeting him, and then after that, we were like, yo, let's kick it. Bought a rack, right? We got super fucking drunk, and I told him, I was like, hey, bro, I rap. And he's like, what? I rap? And I'm like, no fucking way. Yeah. I'm like, show me how you spit. And he showed me how he spit, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe the guy popped out. He's like, hey, I rap too.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy, bro. It's fucking...
That's cool, though.
That shit's wild as
that
fuck.
shit just clicked, huh?
Yeah.
Because we had no idea that we rapped. And, and then after that, bro, we started writing together and shit. It's crazy how that worked. But my biggest influence was definitely Sam, dude, because when he mentioned the shit that he's talking about now to me, you know, I had no idea. Because, I mean, dude, I've been writing ever since, you know, I was like in 6th, 7th grade and shit. Right. But I never actually spit it, you know? I didn't start spitting until about...
Like on wax?
Yeah, I didn't start spitting until I was probably like 14, 15. And it was crazy because... You know, to have Sam there, explaining like all the history of it, and how to literally, you know, wordplay and shit like that.
Yeah,
taught me a lot.
I think I don't know, bro. That's why I love it. Like, if you go back to if you go back to your first shit, Elias, and then like you just see the progression. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what I loved about it, bro. Because this is when I knew. This is when I knew this nigga was gonna be dope. Because we first started or whatever. Like that first day, we were just rapping in your fucking house, and then I was like, all right, listen, bro, you gotta, you know what I mean? There's this fucking like the rhyming pattern. Then I was like, okay, but not only that, you have to be able to like presentation. You know, because I would study fucking Eminem, Rakim, all those niggas, and I'd be like, okay, all these guys, you have to have a delivery. Like your delivery is key, and if you're not able to like silence the room, you know what I mean? Yeah. Then like you know you want dope.
Have that like spunk, like listen to me now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You have to be able to like, if you start rapping right now and everybody's doing their thing, if you don't silence the room and have them like listening to you, and that's how you know you're like, maybe, you know what I mean? You gotta get better.
Yeah.
But after that though, you know what I mean? Me and Elias started hanging out more, and then I saw him progressing more, dude. He started fucking getting into it, and then he got to the point where he was like just fucking crazy dope, and I was like, okay. Yeah,
there it is.
I definitely wouldn't have taken off if I would have met Sam.
Yeah,
I don't think I would have taken off with it because I started spinning. Thank God, bro. Thank God we met, bro. Because it changed up the whole thing. Because I knew I had someone who was there to help me grow. You know, watch it grow.
Yeah.
Shout out. But I knew I had someone there to help me grow with that shit and to really improve with that. And dude, we would skip out on parties sometimes just to park in parking lots and write shit, bro. Like
damn.
It really helped out, bro. And I mean, and that's definitely, you know, where you can relate with like Neff and shit. How Neff was pulling up on you and like fucking battling and shit.
Yeah, but that was like the only thing. Like I remember when he came out with his first song, you know, that Pedro Amador kind of mixed and mastered. I was like, yo, man, if he can do it, I can do that shit too, you know. And I would just write in a notebook, you know. And I'd be like, hey, man, I got this song. And he'd be like, fuck off and do my own thing. You know? You know, just being an older brother and shit, you know? So now when he see me, like, do, like, after my first mixtape, something different, he was like, that's when he was like, oh, so you're a spitter now? I'm like, yo, I showed you my first fucking bars. You told me to fuck off. So, you know what? I'm just going to do things my own way, you know? And that's just something that I figured out. A lot of this shit, like, on my own.
Yeah.
But a lot of the shit that I know is thanks to AC, you know what I mean? Because, he didn't have to give me a chance, you know? He didn't have to be like, yeah, man, come to the studio or whatever. And then, but he did mention to me that after I think it was after the first or second session that he wanted to send me to that,
Last Hope?
Yeah, Last Hope or whatever. And I was like, yeah, for sure, I'm down. But Dream King and my brother had, like, beef and stuff. And, and he told me that that's the reason why they didn't want to sign me, you know?
Damn, that's whack.
That's what he said. So he was like, eventually he ended up just, you know, leaving Dream King and, you know.
And looking back on that shit now, I'm pretty sure like you feel the same way. But I'm just like, dude, I don't know. Anytime anyone says they're like a better rapper than me or like whatever, dude, I'm just like, dude, no one knows who the fuck we are. Like, shut up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's
I'm like, dude.
It's like if you think you're greater than me, then help me reach that level. You know what I mean?
Like, bro,
or if you think I'm greater than you, then I'll help you reach that level.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And then that's what I like about our generation is because we're more open to being like, okay, look, you're green, but I see potential. So here's like, I'll teach you literally everything I know. Exactly. And then that's gonna help. That's gonna help everybody. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the older generation isn't doing that. Wasn't doing that.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I kind of mentioned it to AC. I mean, that's when I was, like, barely new to, like, the scene in Twin Falls, you know? Like, I didn't really know Skilly or, you know, Joey Bravo or...
Hey, shouts out Skilly.
Yeah, for sure. That dude, he showed me a lot. Like, you know,
shouts out Skilly,
especially with vibing. I was like, yo,
he's good.
Vibing's a thing in this? I don't know. Like, what does that mean? No,
he goes hard, bro.
He does. He puts in work. And I always tell AC, like, I feel like there's some people that are, like, trying to be like gatekeepers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are you trying to gatekeep if you ain't even up there? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's how it was back in the day, though. You know what I mean? Because people couldn't like post their shit on the internet. They had to go through DJs. They had to fucking like suck dick and shit. And they had to be like, you know. And so I mean, not suck dick literally, but you know what I mean? They had to kiss
through hoops and shit.
Yeah, and then eventually they wanted to be the person who like people had to go through.
Like,
you know?
Oh, you're trying to get radio play?
Yeah.
check it out, man. This is what you're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just
literally.
Like, just play by shit, my guy. You know, like what the fuck is wrong with you?
So shouts out Skilly. I'm gonna talk about Skilly real quick because Skilly was he was coming up back in that generation too, right?
Yeah.
And now he's an OG teaching us. You know what I mean?
He is an OG.
So instead of fucking having those gatekeeper thoughts and shit, you know, talking about like, yeah, you gotta go through me. He's more like, no, this is what I know. This is what I think would sound dope. Like, let's do it. You know what I mean?
But,
and so shouts out Skilly.
But also, he's the one that like taught me him and AC were the ones that taught me like, yo, man, like if we see that someone's only gonna do like a song, like pick it up, try it out, I didn't like it, leave. You know, we're not gonna fuck with that. You know what I mean? And
that's dope, bro. Right? Because again,
it's just a waste of time.
Yeah, bro.
You feel me?
Yeah, because there's some of the people who were, I would say, pioneers, at least in our area, of being like, okay, look. If you're just trying to do this for like one off or whatever, then I ain't trying to fuck with you because I'm trying to be here forever, and that's what I fuck with. You know what I mean? That's what I respect. Yeah. Because they recognize who's trying to be here forever, and that's who they're trying to fuck with. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they understand that like whoever you hang out with is who you're going to be in the future. Yep. So if you're not trying to be here forever, they understand that there's no point in fucking.
There's no future.
Yeah. There's no point in teaching you all this shit because you're not going to use it.
Yep. Yeah. And we're not here to just try it out.
Nah.
We're here to make something of it.
Like I want to say, one of the last times I seen Skilly at his studio, you know, I was just like really out of it, in a bad place, you know, not there mentally. And once he told me, he's like, "Hey man, if you really want to do this, you know, you got to clean up."
Yeah.
You know. And
good for him, dude.
And I was like, "You're right, man. So I'm gonna do it for like another couple more months, then I'll clean up." You know, I'll do it. But I mean, you know, it's just like
when you're in your shit, though, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, I was just like, you know, unmotivated, didn't have fucking nothing going. I was just like, fuck, man, you know. Like, at the bottom of my rope, and then.
That's why I was happy to record Rocky Mountain Moonchild, because it was right when you were fresh out of that. Yeah. Right when you were fresh out of that mind state, and you got back into the mind state of like, yo, I'm G, bro. I gotta be G. And that's why I was happy to record that shit, man.
Yeah, man. I was like, whew, almost lost myself for a minute. You know, it was like, fuck, I felt like I was trapped inside of my body.
Fuck, trapped inside of my mind.
Well, fuck, man. As much as I would love to keep talking, man, we've been recording for about an hour and a half now.
Fucking A.
And that's perfect timing for the first episode of season 2.
Fuck.
But hey, thanks everyone for tuning in. For real, we're gonna close this out. We're faded, and we're elevated. This is the mix up, baby. We're gonna continue going. Keep pushing with the movement. Yeah. Give y'all a shout out, G. Give you a shout out, Sam.
Hell yeah. I don't know what a shout out is. I'm just kidding.
Gigi's got a mixtape coming up this year.
Maybe, I don't know.
No, he does.
Yeah,
he does. He does have a mixtape coming up this year.
Yeah, he does.
You'll see.
Yeah, let's go.
But yeah, all right, guys. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye. So kawaii.